As Christ followers, we all have a story that shapes us for good or bad. But the common denominator in them all is that the gospel has truly set us free. In fact, the gospel is the only force that can set men free. That is not some super spiritual Christianese cliche, but the reality of our lives. We have been radically transformed by the power of Christ. Outside of Jesus' intervention, there is no explanation for our lives. He said, "For apart from me, you can do nothing." John 15:5. We know that, we believe that, we live it every day. I, Tim, have 4 sons, 2 daughters-in-law, a granddaughter, and a grandson. I, Kenny, have 5 sons and 1 daughter. For better or worse, we had fathers who impacted our own lives. In our individual journeys, we have each been shaped and influenced by our fathers, just as you have. And now, as dads ourselves, we are shaping and influencing the next generation through our own children. Whether a father is present or absent, encouraging or condemning, motivating or paralyzing, he has a powerful effect on his children. Deeply mindful of that fact, we started M46 Dads because we saw a massive need. We also realized a huge gap in our little corner of the ministry world. Our hearts are to help our brothers be the best dads they can be. That is the sole mission of M46 Dads. While we each have very different stories, the gospel can and must transform us from the inside out. The gospel exists because of and for our failures. That's the point. That's why we've included our own stories in this book. We want you to see in our lives the enormous influence that fathers have on the lives of their children. Of course, dads impact their kids, but what we have discovered is that many are not intentional about their influence in the lives of their children. What's more, many dads simply don't realize the massive wounds they may leave in the hearts of their kids. A father's influence is far greater than most of us know, and all too often, when we finally do understand, damage may be done and a great deal of hurt may be worked through in the relationship. Whether a father works hard to positively impact his children or he vanishes, leaving no physical presence in their lives, he will make an immeasurable impact. Your own father influenced you, for better or worse. In the same way, you will influence your children, for better or worse. You didn't have a choice about what your dad did with you, but you have your own choice now. The paintbrush. Imagine a father holding a paintbrush in his hand, painting a picture of God for his children. A dad can paint a beautiful and accurate picture of the Father, and his children will have an easier time seeing God for who he truly is as they grow up. They will see a God of grace who disciplines out of love for the good of his children. They will see a God who is engaged in who they are and who is focused on their hearts. Or a dad can paint a broken and twisted image of God for his children to see. In some cases, this picture can be so wrong that they're forced to spend their lifetimes trying to erase that picture. They will see an angry God, a distant God, or a God who is indifferent, unavailable, and uncaring. As a father, you will create and shape your children's concept of God. What an awesome but terrible prospect to consider. You can try to put the paintbrush down and run away, but the minute you became a father, that brush was permanently attached. Even if you're not physically or emotionally present, your absence still paints a picture. That's simply part of the deal in being a dad. The wonderful thing about the gospel, the person of Jesus, is that he can take the mistakes, the faulty brushstrokes we're responsible for, and still create a beautiful picture with what we give him. But that happens only when we surrender the brush and invite him to guide our painting.